Hey man, do you like Dragon Stars figures? Honestly, they're not really my type of figures, since they feel more like bootlegs than they do actual figures. Yeah, I'd say you're right, since, they're not no SH figure arts or, Demoniacal Fit, Kong toys, but, I mean, they're figures. Yeah, you do have a point there, but they're still pretty low quality. I stand by my statement. On to the toy review. Dude, are you sure you don't need me to take you to a hospital? What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at the Dragon Stars Jiren and the Dragon Stars Bardock in my very first double review. Now, once again, these figures do not have boxes since I did throw them away. And these are more or less, I'm doing a double review on these two since overall, there's not much to them, and they more or less have the same-ish articulation, so, it'll more or less be easier to talk about. So I guess first of all, we'll be starting off with the Dragon Stars Bardock. Starting off here, we have, more or less the details of this figure. I don't know what's wrong with my lighting. For some reason it doesn't want to show itself well, but, starting off with the figure is overall pretty decent. They got the bandana on there, the little, parts on it, right? There's a little scuff right here, don't know where that's from. We got his the cuffs right here, these overall big cuffs. There's the tail right here. Let me see if I can get that camera lighting to fix itself. There you go. Anyways, so there's the tail, it wraps around his whole waist, and there's the overall, the Saiyan armor that's on him. There's the leg details, and the overall Saiyan armor that's shown in Dragon Ball Super Broly. Let's go ahead and take a look at this figure and his accessories. When it comes to this figure's accessories, he doesn't have much. More or less, he just has a pair of fisted hands and open hands. This figure's accessories is alright. Granted for its price and overall detailing, this is a kid's toy. It is sold as a kid's toy, I think it is. Anyways, the overall purpose is not to be like SH figure arts. It's more or less just its own thing. But for a figure, let's just see how it poses. Starting with this figure's articulation, we have swivel at the neck. Hold on, my lighting's not working with me right now. It doesn't want to work. Alright. He has a swivel at the neck right here. He can look up. Not at all. He looks down that far. Barely. It's more or less the same. He's kind of just looking down. Doesn't matter. There is a ball joint at the base of the neck, which doesn't necessarily capture itself well. His arm goes out that far. Really not much. It actually does not go out that far. Hold on. Maybe if you really... There you go. His arm goes about that far, which is pretty decent. Swivel at the base, the bicep. Double jointed elbow, which is kind of limited by this thing right here. And there's a hinge at the wrist. And, it swivels as well. But that's really all. And same thing goes on the other side. No ab articulation, unfortunately. Not even a ball joint. But let's go ahead and there's a swivel. I think there's a swivel. Yeah, swivel at the waist. Barely, because it's being limited by this thing right here. There is his leg, his spread, which is not much. It actually doesn't spread a lot. Let me see if I can move the camera. What's it called? Here we go. Leg goes out that far, which actually isn't a lot. It kind of looks unnatural. Leg goes back that far. Hinge at the knee. Double hinge, actually. See if I can get that double hinge to work. There you go. Double hinge at the knee. There's a hinge at the foot and no pivot at all, which is kind of unfortunate. Overall, this figure isn't great. I wouldn't recommend it for people who really want a good quality figure. If you're just looking for a Bardock that isn't over the price of $30, then this is the way to go. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're, a figure collector, the one that wants quality. But if you just want it just to have it, go ahead. But now I'd say it's time for size comparisons. Here he is next to my last review, the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Superhero Piccolo. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer, Fortnite. And here he is next to the Dragon Stars Jiren. And here he is next to Lightning McQueen. When it comes to this overall figure, it's just okay. Honestly, I think it could have been better, detail-wise, maybe it could have had a little more, I'd say like the face details, if I can get the camera to focus, there you go. I'd say if the face details are alright, but maybe articulation could be better, the hair kind of looks weird, but, what am I to expect from a cheaper toy? Hopefully, Jiren might have something to say about that. Here is the Dragon Stars Jiren figure from the overall other side of the review, the second part, I'd say. I'd say the details are alright. It captures how it does, it looks in the show. Overall, it looks great. It looks good. I'd say it looks good. There's good detailing. Overall, it's alright. It's an okay figure. But let's see what accessories Jiren has to offer. Overall, when it comes to his accessories, he has not much. All that there really is to say that he has his fisted hands and his open hands. But maybe what he lacks in accessories, he maybe shows in articulation. So getting started with Jiren's articulation, here we have a swivel at the neck, and overall his neck appears to be more, posable than Bardock's. My camera's really not capturing my light right now. Wow, I hate that. But hopefully that's not too bad for you guys. His eyes, overall he looks like a Martian alien. Like, I don't think they captured, Jiren well. Overall, it's not good. But anyways, he could look up that far, which is more than Bardock. He can look down that far. He can look side to side. Side to side overall. Arms goes out that far, which isn't as, stiff as Bardock's. He has a swivel at the bicep, again, as well. Double jointed elbow, which is actually really good. Hinge at the hand, but barely even shows. It's kind of like small. Swivel at the waist. Leg spreads about that far. It's not too much. Leg kicks out that far. Goes back that far. Double joint at the knee. A hinge at the foot. With, once again, no pivot. Now, I will say it once again, this figure is okay. If you want a Bardock that is just with your figures, I'd say it's a good way to go. But if you want a good looking, I said Bardock. If you want a good looking Jiren to go with your figures, then I would suggest maybe this. Or you can get the Figure-Rise Standard if it's ever available. But let's get through with this. Size comparisons. Last review. Doomslayer. Fortnite. Lightning McQueen. Final verdict. These figures are just okay. If you want a decent Jiren or Bardock figure, then I, suggest these two. But if not, maybe you could get something that's Demoniacal Fit, Kong Toys, or Figure-Rise Standard. Because these two figures are overall not great. Most of them don't even come with effect parts. They would be cool, but what am I to expect from figures that are like both $20-ish, maybe lower? But hey, you get what you paid for, and I guess that's all the time we have for today. Look good, stay safe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.